what do you know about Skanska? Well, we've got a stand over there. We've got many people in the room, so if you'd like to come and ask the team later on what we do, but we like to think of ourselves as leaders of green construction, leaders in terms of safety, and leaders in terms of ethics. So somebody previously was up here saying about values-driven. Skanska is a values-driven business. We recognise sustainability for us is about our place in delivering future society and working hard to demonstrate what we can add to future society. So I've got a simple job this morning. Spend 8 minutes talking about, from the constructor's point of view, what are the challenges that we face in helping keep London competitive as a global city. Why is Skanska interested in that? Well, we've helped shape many global cities, including London. You can't see a picture of the iconic London skyline without seeing at least one of our projects, the Gherkin, Heron Tower, and soon to be the Scalpel. I can confirm that we don't actually come up with the nicknames, that we leave that to other people, but we're very proud of the buildings that we create. And we're very proud of them because people want to work there, people want to live there, and people feel better for working in those spaces. So, what are the challenges? The first challenge for us is about certainty. Certainty of funding, certainty of timing, and the political certainty around the projects or the buildings that we're trying to create. And why is that important to us? Because it's about confidence. That certainty gives us as a business confidence to invest in cities and invest in the future. Invest in the people, invest in the skills, and invest in the systems that we need to create this vision of the future with you. It also gives us the confidence to train and invest in the skills. I bet most people in the room, when you're sitting in your boards, when you're sitting in your teams, a common challenge for all of us is skills and resources. And this is critical to us in terms of investment in the future. So it's about confidence to grow. The second barrier to us and the challenge to us is about procurement. Many clients in the room today, how you procure your piece of infrastructure, your building and your project is really critical to how we get involved. If you take the more traditional approach where you focus on the lowest perceived construction cost only, actually that's something that we probably don't want to get involved in. You aren't going to get the best whole life value. You aren't going to get the sustainable things that people who live and work in the city will want from that piece of infrastructure and that project that you're delivering. So for us, it's about taking a whole life approach right from the start of a project in the way that it's procured. We work on very, very small margins. Why on earth would we want to spend £1 million bidding for something when we're actually earning an operating margin of less than 3%? Why would we choose to do that? The third challenge for us is getting people to look at things from the whole life asset point of view. As I say, if you are continually focused on the perceived lowest cost of constructing something, actually you are not getting the best value for money. You could be taking a longer and whole life view of what you're trying to create and what you're trying to construct, in terms of the way that that's maintained in the future, in terms of the way what people have to do in terms of that maintenance regime, making it safe for people to work when they're maintaining a building and constructing the building. That's really important, and we would urge people to take that into account. So let's move on to some changes, some choices that we can all make that will help us all in terms of keeping London as a global city. Well, the first one for us is about early involvement. The earliest point that you can get your construction companies to get involved in your project, get involved in the design, get involved in the value engineering, get that to start early in your project, the more benefit that you will see downstream. The team up here previously to us were talking about the Olympics. The Olympics is a great example of where everyone right from the start focused on the outcomes, trying to get people with a gold medal around their neck. That's what people were working towards the Olympics. And you've got to drive that focus on outcomes right from the start of your projects. Our best projects are where you get that drive and that focus right at the start. The second thing, the second choice that you can choose to make, and we choose to make, is the key to delivering this in a city like London is collaboration and partnership. Genuine integration comes from working together, and that starts right up front in any project. Understanding scope, understanding risk, understanding reward, understanding what everybody needs to get out of this project. You know, Skanska is like any other business. It needs a sustainable return on its investment to be able to continue to invest in our people and continue to deliver this innovative product and service that we bring to the market. We cannot do that if we're not making a sustainable margin. And the third change and choice that we can make is think differently. You don't always have to do things in the way we've done things previously. Challenge convention. It's not, we pride ourselves on our innovation and ideas, not just from us, but from our supply chain, working with all stakeholders in any project. But green construction techniques, there's still this view that green adds cost. Green doesn't have to add cost. It's not contrary to value and efficiency. In fact, we've got many, many examples globally and locally within London where the targets are being met, future targets are being met. So I can hear you, you're saying, yeah, well, give us some examples then. Okay, well, I'll give you some examples. So from the infrastructure perspective, really driving an approach to green from the start of a project, the widening of the M25 in readiness for the London 2012 Olympics, the carbon agenda, reducing the amount of embodied carbon is the way that we approach that project. Now, many of you will be familiar with Construction 2025 and the ambitious targets that are set in there in terms of 50% less cost, well, 33% less cost, 50% quicker build times, 50% less emissions. Those targets are already met and achieved in the widening of the M25. So we can do this. We can deliver these stretching targets if we work together collaboratively, openly, in an integrated way with challenging convention, challenging the norm, challenging the traditional approach to the way we do things. In London, we've just built a multi-award-winning public space in the Brent Civic Centre, sitting under the arch of Wembley Stadium, an iconic setting, a building that we're really, really proud of. But what we're proud about is the way that we worked with the client, with the architect, with the stakeholders, with the local community, to really stretch what we could achieve in terms of water, energy, air quality, making it a place people want to go and live in, people want to go and work in, something they're proud to feel part of. So a living, breathing project that's live, that's been delivered, achieving these targets. And finally, what our clients tell us most of all is that they want a global organisation like Skanska to bring global innovation to local projects. And we can and are creating the smart cities of the future. We've got a fantastic example of that in Hammarby, in Stockholm, where we've created 30,000 homes for 30,000 people, jobs for 10,000 people, and where 50% of the electricity is generated by the people themselves in their homes. So thank you very much. Look forward to taking your questions.
Great. Des, thank you very much.